So, once again, it's a pleasure to be a speaker in the city where I live. Hello everyone, cześć, Sema, trochę może po polsku. Okay, so many familiar faces, so many good developers and service providers. Thank you so much to be here today. My name is Martinkevich Sergey. I'm publishing lead and head of in-house studio in Azur Games, and today we will speak about mobile games market. Actually, it will be more about hybrid casual, hyper casual. We will speak a little bit about ads monetization, about in-app dynamic, and there will be several boring graphs. And but we right now live in a very wonderful period when everything is changing, and there are some challenges but also some opportunities, and you have to understand how to analyze the market. And actually, this report is more about a framework, how you can also analyze the market and how you also can go deeper in what's happening. Okay. What about Azur Games? Maybe someone doesn't know. Azur Games right now is the top 1 mobile game publisher due to downloads, and if I'm not mistaken, we have been there like for 2.5 years already, and we have a decent portfolio of hybrid casual, puzzles, mid-core titles. And of course, we also we feel all the challenges that take place in hyper casual, in mid-core, and we will speak about it as well. So let's proceed. I want to start with the volume of the market, and actually when I created this framework, how I analyze games, how I analyze genres, I created this framework somewhere where you can see the line. It is the beginning of 2023, and the current data till June, including June 2023, and we see that the market is not growing anymore. Yeah, if you as well as eCPM, we see the highest numbers during COVID times, then some corrections, but finally we see how casual, core and hyper casual goes down actually. And if you speak about proportions, by the way, hyper casual feels the same like core and casual titles. So if we speak about this most popular question whether hyper casual is dead or not, you can see that it faces the same challenges in terms of volume of the market as casual and core titles. But okay, if we speak about downloads, it is not worldwide now, it is our downloads in Azur Games, because when I created this framework I used worldwide info last time, and some experts from the market, they were arguing with me about the data. But if you speak about a situation in Azur Games, we see that 2022 and 2023 we are being top 1 mobile game publisher due to downloads. We see that hyper casual step by step losing positions. But if you speak about the whole market, 2021 and 2022 increased like maybe from 30 till 50%. So in 2022 actually market grew a lot in terms of downloads in comparison with previous year, but the competition went crazy, eCPM fell down, and the situation actually much more complicated than it may seem from the first time. But I see not only in Azur Games, but the worldwide market, if we speak about hyper casual 2023, if we take the first half of the year, and even if we implement like some positive correction rate because of December, November, because of increasing downloads, anyway, I see that the market will not grow. The market will remain the same, but it is the same like to go down. Because, yeah, the market, the same volume, but eCPM is lower, competition is great, there are a lot of old but gold titles that are not in a hurry to leave the top, and let's actually take a look at it. If we speak about competition, it is top 300 games due to downloads right now, including June 2023. And as you can see that old games, they're not in a hurry to leave this top. And we see that 2021 being not being less in volume worldwide, less in volume, has 28% in current top, and 2022 gave us 25%. But when I created this framework, it was like maybe at the end of 2022, the situation was not so good for 2022. So December gave us several big launches that still hold this position. What about 2023? Right now only 8%, half of the year has passed. Probably we will see some big titles, but anyway, we see that competition is crazy. So when competition is crazy, you anyway have to go deeper and to analyze better all the games and what you do, and we'll speak about it a little bit later. eCPM. It is our eCPM in Azur Games. I'm taking abstract numbers, but when it is the highest peak during COVID times, you can take it as, for example, for rewarded $50 in the United States, like something like that, or 60. Just so that you can at least understand what are the numbers. eCPM is the main health indicator for ads monetization, for hyper-casual, not only for hyper-casual, because as monetization you can find some rewarding placements as well in idle tycoon games, in casual titles, and even in core titles. So the proportion actually are the same for the whole industry. And we talked a lot with other industry representatives, with other big publishers. They have more or less the same picture. What we see here, the highest numbers during COVID, and of course, even during COVID, we understood that we have to expect stagnation period, because anyway, people one day they will stop sitting home, and they will move more, and they will probably play less, pay less, and so on. But we didn't expect such a stagnation. And right now we see that the numbers are really low. Of course, if we compare with 2020, it is like, okay, anyway, growing. But once again, this growth is not enough because competition went crazy and the volume of the market increased not so much as competition, as games published. And what are the main reasons for what we see about eCPM, about how much we earn from ads? Everything within market law, by the way. Market law works bad here. Supply, demand. Right now, our world faces worldwide recession, big advertisers cut their spends. We have tremendous supply, because a lot of games, once again, you saw how many old games are in top 300, and more new games are coming. And huge supply, low demand. And we see how eCPM goes down. But, by the way, even in that case, I want to show you, like we see here, like decreasing downloads, and at the same time we see little increase in, maybe it is a correction rate, but still little increase in eCPM. I also believe it also within market law, because the volume of the market is going lower, and eCPM is going a little bit higher. So I can also somehow connect what's happening. Okay, let's go and analyze hyper-casual by genre. Of course, analyzing by subgenres will not guarantee you success, but at least it somehow help you understand what's going on and what to do with your production pipeline. If you speak about arcade, it is like very important tag, but you should understand that it can intercrosses with other subgenres. Like it can be arcade, but it also can be like simulator, it can be puzzle, it can be a lot of. But in general, it is like health indicator of the whole hyper-casual. And we see that it is almost on the same level as it was in the beginning of 2022. So yeah, we saw a tremendous boost, but then step by step we see how all the genres, they are decreasing and downloads. And still good numbers for puzzle games, still good numbers for runners. Yeah, we'll speak about it a bit later, but this screenshot is for you, is just this slide to understand what's going on in hyper-casual. As well as in hybrid casual, very popular topic right now, hybrid casual. But you should understand that hybrid casual also tagged hyper right now for all the platforms like AppMagic, DataAI, and all other instruments to analyze games and genres. What about puzzles? What about puzzles? We see that as well. It is decreasing, and unfortunately, still big numbers, still a good niche to be taken. And in current top, you will see later there are some puzzle games as well, but still almost the same or decreasing. But once again, in terms of current market, if you are on the same place, it means that it is worse than decreasing probably, because competition is growing, eCPM is going down. What about idle downloads, my favorite genre? Even from the beginning of 2022, right now, yeah, it has like ups and downs, but right now it is on higher positions than it was in the beginning of 2022. It is the only genre, by the way, that is showing growth, and not only in terms of downloads, but what is more important, in terms of in-app purchases, and we will speak about it as well later. So, like Clicker Idle, Idle Arcade, Idle Tycoon, and even Idle Merch genre, they feel not bad, actually, if you compare with 2022's beginning. Runner shooter, runners, they like facing right now any surge. I believe that because we saw how it was decreasing from the beginning of 2022, it was decreasing and decreasing. And what happened in November 2022 actually? Why it went higher, and I believe it will go higher again. Because this decreasing period, it was like time to recharge the whole genre. Right now, current runners, they are wonderful. They rethink the approach, and you can find how current runners, they have shifting the core. Like, for example, you have several steps of core. The first step you collect, then you shoot, then you have finish mechanics that is also interactive. And I believe that this new beginning for genre, because it was rethinked. You will never find in top a runner with old-fashioned approach, where you only collect, for example, whatever the mechanics itself. But if it's only one mechanics, probably it will not work anymore. You will see how, for example, there are some games like published by Rolly, Monday of strong titles right now in current top. They have several phases during your session, during your level. They have several phases of core gameplay. It is variable, it is becoming more deep. And please remember about it, because we'll talk about it a bit later. What about more genres? Simulators, .io, satisfaction, racing strategy, all of them are going down, but strategy and real-time strategy, they actually, from the beginning of 2022, yeah, they still like low, but they tripled their volume. And these genres are good for in-app monetization as well, you should remember. So actually, real-time strategies and strategies, even in hyper-casual, it is a good genre. I'm not speaking even about like something like Whiteout, Survival, or Frozen City, but even hyper-casual variants of the games, still something to be explored. One more interesting thing about simulators, I feel like the same decline like runners had, because I really believe this subgenre needs this recharging. I think that it also, now it is a good time to rethink simulator, because still numbers are decent. Even if it's falling, the numbers are high. And I believe that it is a good time and a good place to rethink simulations as runners rethinked. Because once again, right now, current runners, they are complicated, they are interesting, they have several sub-mechanics. Once again, about simulators, the same thing. You can start explore, you can rethink the approach, probably more content-driven, because right now I see that more content-driven genres, they feel better. Right now, if you do hybrid casual or hyper casual, it is not enough to create very good core gameplay, repeatable and variable, and that's it. It is unique chance, it is like 1%. Guys, better go to casino, really. And if you make games right now with low entry threshold level, you can call it hybrid casual, whatever you want. But if you make free-to-play with low entry threshold level, you have to make it content-driven with good progression, with good balance, and with a lot of content. It is the only way it will work. What about in-app income dynamics? It is what I call a new hope for genre, a new hope for all of us. We saw a tremendous boost of Clicker, Idle Arcade, as well as we see that Puzzle feel not bad in terms of in-app runners as well, by the way, and .io. But what about, once again, what about .io? One tricky thing. We will go about interesting ups and downs in in-app dynamic. When you analyze the market, you should also interpret the data in an appropriate way. For example, if you speak about .io in hyper-casual, 80% of this in-app revenue holds Chinese game Battle of Balls or something like that, and it has about $16 million of in-app revenue, maybe for only 2022 or something like that, or total, I don't remember exactly, but in this .io for hyper-casual, and once again, runners. Pocket Champ, it is runner, and it is hyper-casual runner. All the instruments tag Pocket Champ with about $2 million of in-app revenue as a runner, as a hyper-casual runner. So you anyway have to treat carefully the data. But we see that, once again, I will return, we see how Clicker and Idle Arcade, how they feel good, everyone knows about it. But once again, right here as well, several titles holds about 80% of the in-app income in the genre. It means that anyway, there is a space, you see, there is a space, because this grows from the end of 2022 and till nowadays it is like almost, it is two times, there is a space. And by the way, this phenomena, it is something that core and casual developers also should understand, that hyper-casual or hybrid casual becoming a good power, because I don't know how it will grow more. I believe that if we will see more good, even hyper-casual Clicker Idols and Idle Arcade games, we will see that in-app income dynamics will increase. But okay, let's go further. What about competition? New releases. It is what developers worldwide do in their routine. We see how development trend is trying to overtake publishing trend. Yeah, everyone understands what's happening, and the most popular genres are puzzles, runners, Clicker Idle Arcade, and all the other you see. So all the genres that have volume on the market or in-app dynamic. So you're not the only one in this competition, and that's why it is even more important to do better than your competitors, to do it more content-driven, to do it more interesting in terms of game design, in terms of progression, and so on. Okay, we have some time. I will hurry. Anyway, 2023 gave us some interesting titles. It is top 15 titles, hyper-casual, right now published in 2023. Not from current top, but published in 2023. Still, industry is not dying. It started dying 4 years ago. I remember everyone told like 4 years ago that hyper-casual is dying, and it is still dying, you know. But anyway, what if you speak about top 8 releases in 2023? Interesting thing, because okay, Burger Please, very good idle arcade by Supercent, idle arcade, makeover salon simulation, and by the way, rethink simulation. It is about very realistic approach, finally. Very content driven and very realistic. It is what to do. It is what I told you about. Shape-shifting runner arcade, but it will not last long in this top, I believe. And 4 puzzles. And moreover, all of them are draw-to-line puzzle or power level puzzle. And it is an interesting phenomenon. Of course, they will. I checked already that they stopped receiving tremendous amount of downloads. But anyway, they managed to become top games published in 2023. And it is about, it is once again about the market. It is about puzzles. They feel not very bad. However, they are falling. But falling puzzle like general tag. If you speak about draw line puzzle or power level puzzle, step by step, but they are growing. Okay, I decided that you got bored from all the graphs. That's why I asked our designers to put just a nice picture of our characters from our mid-core and hyper-casual titles. What about conclusions? What about main conclusions? Of course, it's not about, guys, let's go deeper to idle arcade because it has some in-app income and so on. It is about the culture of your production. It is about analyzing the market. Do not hesitate to start exploring the market. There are a lot of good instruments that allows you to do it, and it's not rocket science actually. Now the competition is great. The volume is not growing anymore the way we want. eCPM is going down. If you continue creating games, you have to analyze your competitors. You have to do it better. But at the same time, we are not so pessimistic. We see how in-app is growing, even in hyper-casual, becoming such-called hybrid casual. So actually, I believe that even if we see a new surge in the industry, I believe it will be because of low-income regions, like, for example, India, that is developing the economics in a great way, and it is growing, and some other countries, because more and more new devices appear, people start playing games that needs better phones, and they receive better phones. And anyway, we will see a new surge, but it will be because low-income regions. So anyway, start thinking about your optimization in your games, because, for example, we have some games that earn hyper-casual tremendous amount of money only because of Indonesia, for example. Like we had a game, Worm Zone, a .io game that has more than 1 billion installs right now. And there were a time when 5% of Indonesia, it was our DAO. So 5% of Indonesia play our game daily. And before that, 3 or 5 publishers, they declined this game to be published because it had high CPI in the United States. But they didn't care about worldwide. So, but worldwide needs optimization. Yeah. So actually, it is all. Play games, love games, create games. Thank you. I'm ready for your questions if you have any of them.